So this is where Mother's from. Charming place.
Get back to the crowd, you lot. Trying to bully your way through won't get you into Kirkwall any faster.
But you do intend to let us in?
We have enough poor of our own in the free marches. We don't need you refugees piling up here like a middens heap.
Why aren't we being allowed into the city?
If it were up to me, I'd bar the gates and let you find somewhere else to beg. But it's not. Some of you lot might have legitimate business in the city. So Knight Commander Meredith wants us to sort you all out. Most of you are getting right back on your ships, though.
That's a Templar title. Why would a city guardsman answer to the Templars?
We don't answer to her, but she's the power in Kirkwall. Don't know what would happen if the Viscount went against something she wanted. But he's sure never taken that chance.
There must be someone in charge I can speak with.
Yes, always the same story. You want in, talk to Captain Ewald. I'm just here to keep you refuse from climbing the walls.
Why don't they open their bloody gates?
Tell me, how did your family escape Lothering? Almost everyone who hadn't fled.
My brother. If he wasn't with us, I don't think we'd be here.
But you seem quite skilled as well.
I'm not my brother.
We're not animals, you can just...
Let us through, you flaming blighter. We're not staying in this pit.
Then get back on your ship and leave. Kirkwall has no more room for refugees.
The ship's already gone. We've paid good coin to get here.
You and half of Ferelden. There's nothing I can do. The city is full.
Surely there's a bit of extra room for the pretty people.
I find keeping my neck away from Knight Commander Meredith's blade far more attractive than any of you. We've been letting you Fereldans in for months. You're too late. There's no more room.
But we've got family here.
I've heard claims like that 1,000 times already, trust me. We'll find some ships to take you all back to Ferelden, eventually. Until then, you stay here.
Surely there's someone higher up that we could persuade.
The city's been closed by order of the Viscount and Knight Commander Meredith, whose fortress you're standing in. But as far as you're concerned, I'm in charge.
There must be something we can work out.
No foreigner can enter unless they can prove they have coin to bring into the city.
You mean a bribe?
Technically, the Viscount's ordered that no one enters. You want to be a special case, you have to be special.
It's outrageous. It took all that coin just to get here.
You want eyes looking the other way? That takes convincing. And the price goes up each day this continues.
If you find our uncle, Gamlen Amel, you might just have a few less refugees bothering you.
Gamlen? I know that name.
He's a nobleman here in the city. Our family has an estate.
A nobleman? The only Gamlen I know is a weasel who couldn't rub two coppers together. He comes back, I'll bring you to him. But I don't have time to...
What? You're gonna let them through?
I didn't say anything about...
We've been here for 4 days. They just got here.
That's it. We're carving our way out of here. Men?
Unbelievable.
Captain, are you all right?
I am, no thanks to you. Where is everyone? Go find them. I want this kept under control. You have my thanks. Look, I can't get you into the city. It's not my decision. But I'll find your uncle and bring him here.
It's been 3 days. This waiting has to end.
Oh,
I'm sure
just
it
trying
won't be
to
much
bribe
longer.
my way into the city.
Gammon must still be looking for us. And if he's not,
Don't look now, but I think that's our man.
Trying to find our uncle. There he is.
Leandra! Damn, girl, the years haven't been kind to you.
Gamlin.
Let me say up front, I wasn't expecting this. The Blight, your husband, dead. I'd figured you'd pretty much be Ferelden for life.
Oh, Gamlin, we came too late. My darling Bethany didn't make it, and Drastic guide her.
Oh, make her save me. Leandra, don't drop this on me here. I don't even know if I can help you get in.
Would it help if I said you were my favorite uncle?
It'd make me feel better, but that's about it. I was hoping to grease some palms, but the Knight Commander's been cracking down.
Anybody likes
We're gonna need more grease.
kind of a butt.
But what about the estate? Surely Father left something when he died?
Right, about the estate. It's,
It was pretty
gone.
funny because the guard
Settle a
said,
debt. I've been meaning
I
to
know
write
your
you.
uncle.
Then there's no hope.
You know, we supposedly used to
Not
be rich.
quite. I know some people who might help. If you're not too delicate about the company you keep.
Let's hear it, Uncle. What do you have in mind?
I talked to my contacts, and I found some people who might be willing to pay your way into the city. The catch is, you and your brother will have to work off the debt. For a year.
A year?
It's the best I could do. Trust me when I say a bunch of refugees won't get a better option anywhere else.
I'm sure we'll be free and clear before we know it.
I managed to convince my contacts to come to the gallows to meet you personally.
So very well.
Mirren heads up the
It
mercenary
always
company,
does.
the Red
Like,
Eye.
that's the
They're
beginning
looking
of the
for
game. You
recruits.
have to get into big trouble. Except in this
I
case,
guess you might call her a
it's not
smuggler.
my fault.
Either one of them can help you. All you need to do is find them in the courtyard and convince them you're worth the trouble.
What kind of man is this Mirren?
He's a hired sword. What do you expect him to be like? I wouldn't bring him home for dinner or anything, but he's got a decent reputation. I wouldn't have asked him if I thought he'd cross you.
Oh, like you.
How dangerous is this smuggler's work?
Well, it won't be pretty working for her. He's a pretty small fish compared to some of the other thieves' guilds around here. But she's tough, she's fair, and she never deals in slaves or flesh.
What do you think about this, Carver?
What can I say? Better here than nowhere.
Let's find them and see what they have to say.
Oh, Gamlin, I don't know about this.
Exactly.
It's a lot
I'm
of
super
coin,
cute and
Leandra.
funny.
Don't go expecting our
Now
name
we
to
just
carry
gotta
the kind
decide
of weight
whether we're
it
going
used
to
to.
be an assassin.
And what of me?
Or a
I
smuggler.
will not allow others to incur debts on my behalf.
Can't see that it makes a difference. You look like a lady who can pull her own weight.
Then you'll come with us. I have no real option. Thank you.
So what do you think? Should we be a smuggler or an assassin? think that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm much too pretty to be smuggling little stuff into town.
Mirren? Huh. So you're Hawk, the nephew. Your uncle talked up a storm about you. He better not be blowing more smoke out his arse.
I'm ready to prove myself.
Noble bastard named Friedrich is here in the gallows. Gave us bad info. Almost killed my men. Now he's hiding out here, waiting for a ship. He sees us coming, he'll run for shore. But he doesn't know you. Go kill him and his men. We'll make sure no one asks why.
You know, a lot of people complained about this game that it's kind of redundant. I mean, it is long, and several of the levels, which are supposed to be different places, are repeated, but I really like the motion capture for the mages on this game. It's pretty epic. And, I don't know. I love Hawk's voice. It's one of my favorites.
Have you checked the courtyard again?
Especially since
He's
you can
still
be
out there, but
sarcastic.
he's alone. And he's not making a move.
I don't trust this. What will we do when the ship comes? Wait, who are you? I demand to know what you're doing here.
Fair question, really. To shut you up.
Mirren sent you. Don't just stand there, kill them!
And not to mention, you also have to whack them with your staff, which you And so when I have mages, I generally do magic and willpower. Magic is pretty much how much your spells hurt, but willpower is how much battery life you basically have to do your spells. So I always do those. I think. I'm gonna do rock armor because I could maybe use that. And then Carver is a warrior, so he needs a lot of strength. And Constitution and Willpower are equally important in my mind just because they're the tanks. Abilene is the same thing. And then this right here, this is the, well, she's right in the middle. She can't decide. Everyone stays right in the middle. And you can either get them all the way to friend or all the way to rival. And she's not a romantic interest, but you can romance them either way. And you get different scenes. So if you romance somebody who's a rival, you get a whole different scene throughout the game than you do a friend. She is probably fairly easy. But this is my brother. Look, he hates me. My brother hates me. It's ridiculous. And I've only just started the game. I've only talked to him twice and he hates me. Kind of a butt. Don't worry, I'm not gonna be gay. This time I'm going after Isabella, who is plenty of fun, but a girl.
Dead and buried. Well, dead.
Good. May the bloody vultures feast on his corpse and shit him into the ocean.
I'm telling you, I love this guy.
Welcome to the Red Iron. Tell your uncle I'm making the arrangements
You're
now.
ridiculous. I liked Bethany better, but you're not allowed. If you're a mage, Bethany lives. And if you're a mage, Bethany dies. Everyone else
Any
you
luck?
Was there ever any doubt?
I'll speak to Mirren and see when the bribes can be made. Wait here.
I guess we did it. We're here to stay, at least for a while.
No more running for our lives unless we really have to.
If only Bethany were here with us.
And Wesley.
I can't believe she blamed
Well, we're off to
me.
a fantastic start.
It's
Let's
your
see what else
fault
this
she
city
died.
has
I
in
was doing
store.
the best I could. There's a reason we're all alive. Even
Thus
Carver
began the
admits
champion's first year in Kirkwall. Word arrived from across the sea that the hero of Ferelden had defeated the Blight. But Lothering was destroyed. Kirkwall was the champion's home now. So he made his name, settling his debts with the mercenaries. It was a busy year in the city. That's when the Qunari landed. A great storm had caught their ship and left hundreds of warriors stranded in the city, waiting to return home.
it. And this was totally
That's
an accident.
also when the trouble began with the mages. The Templars had become very powerful under Knight Commander Meredith. But, most importantly, that's when I first met the champion.
Eric! Yay! He's my favorite.
No. Andraste's tits, human. You know how many people want to hire onto this expedition?
Look, we know you're going into the deep roads. You'll need to hire the best, and we're...
No. You're too late. Already done.
The money from this trip could fix everything. You need us. We've fought Darkspawn.
Look, Precious. I don't care if you tore the horns off an ogre with your bare hands.
I think I need to make his
You make him
cheekbones go down.
understand.
They're ridiculous.
We're running from your bloody Templars.
My brother has a point. It's on his head, but it's still valid.
Oh, thanks for that.
So what about it, Bertrand? We're just what you need.
You're looking for a quick way out of the slums, right? You and every other Ferelden in this dump. Find another meal ticket.
Well, back to waiting for someone to turn us in.
You can relax. After all, the Templars dogging us are mine.
Did I sound that bad? Maker, I'm turning into Gamlin.
Yeah, the cheeks are too big.
Gamlin.
I
He's got a head
I
for
can't
his
change the
garbage.
body, but
Maybe he can talk to Bartrand.
I need to go.
He knows some people. After last week, we need all the coin and influence we can get.
Eventually I'll be able to get to where I can change, this was the first Dragon Age game where they let you change it, and then a bit after they released Inquisition, they did it.
You catch more flies with honey. But Gamlen's bullshit could work too.
Well, he did get us into the city, right? What else can we do? We're losing ground, and I don't fancy waking up in the gallows.
Hey!
If I could just fireballed him, then I wouldn't admit. There.
I knew a guy once who could take every coin out of your pockets just by smiling at you. But you don't have the style to work Hightown, let alone the Merchant's Guild. You might want to find yourself a new line of work. Off you go.
To die of infection.
How do you do? Eric Tetris, at your service. I apologize for Bartrand. He wouldn't know an opportunity if it hit him square in the jaw. But you would? I would. What my brother doesn't realize is that we need someone like you. He would never admit it either. He's too proud. I, however, am quite practical.
You're going awfully far out of your way just to hire another guard.
We don't need another hireling. We need a partner. The truth is, Bartrand's been tearing his beard out trying to fund this on his own, but he can't do it. Invest in the expedition. 50 sovereigns and he can't refuse. Not with me there to vouch for you.
I hope there's more to this, like how I'm supposed to get that much coin together.
You need to think big. There's only a brief window after a blight when the deep roads won't be crawling with darkspawn. The treasure you find down there could set you and your family up for life.
Come on. The dwarf makes some sense. No offense. Look, you started this, and it's a good idea. Certainly better than ending up in the gallows.
We work together, you and I, and before you know it, you'll have all the capital you need. What do you say?
It's not like I had anything better planned.
Perfect. Kirkwall's crawling with work. You set aside some coin from every job and you'll have the money in no time.
Sure, easy. But maybe Aveline's got some bounties out. She joined the city guard, right?
We should talk privately when you get the chance. In the Hanged Man, maybe. I'll be there when I'm not with you. Now, let's go see what trouble we can stir up.
That's the worst name ever for a tavern. The Hanged Man.
Ah, Hightown, where the rich go to piss their money away. This really is the best place in Kirkwall.
Just keeping the peace.
Welcome to the Hightown Market.
Finest clothing from here to Antiva.
Ah, long time no see, my friend.
I don't think
What if
so
it isn't
in this
worthy?
one.
The dwarf with the incredibly
In
ironic name.
Origins, you can steal stuff.
I only advertise the truth. You still with the Red Iron? It was just a year you were with them, right?
Still trying to ferret out
Been a
everyone's
long
business, I
time
see.
since I've played.
Of course. How else do you expect a dwarf to make a living? I'll tell you what. I still have my old contacts. You need some rune crafting done, I can arrange it for you. Take care, Hawk. Don't get dead.
You know, Junior, it's eerie how much resemblance there is between you two.
We're brothers. What's eerie about that?
Oh, you thought I meant Hawk. I was talking about gambling. Maker, I hate the dwarf. You can't miss the keep. It practically screams nothing fun ever happens here.
So let's go see Aveline and see if she has anything for us.
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
Yeah, but she's my friend. Exactly.
Aveline.
And this whole town is
Hello,
like
Hawk.
all bandits. Even the rich people are bandits
That's it.
and ridiculous.
What? Oh, right. Sorry. It feels like we just talked. I've been keeping an eye on you. Information is one of the few perks of this job. Watch out for Bartrand. He's a son of a bitch.
A person in your position seems like they might learn some profitable things.
You know better than to ask that.
One day you'll be frustrated enough to go for it.
It's like I'm sitting on my hands. There are dangerous people in this city.
I love her freckles.
In fact, I might have a job for you. Let me know if you want to do a favor for Kirkwall. Otherwise, I'm here if you need me. Maker knows I could use more satisfying work.
All right, Aveline. You have something worth
She
doing.
just has this sense of honor.
My patrols
you know?
may be empty walks in
There's
the
a
dark,
cartoon I love.
but
You
there's
see
something big coming up, and I
Hawk
could
walking
use
by,
you. An
dragging
ambush,
his staff,
probably for a caravan. Although I
leaving a
can't
flame
find
of fire.
any
And she's
shipments
just
that
walking
match up.
behind him with a
Doesn't matter though.
extinguisher putting out all his
I'm putting a
fires.
stop to it, my district or not.
All right, Aveline. I'll play guard for you.
I knew I could count on you. They're hidden up Sundermount, remote and rough, but we can make good time with a shortcut this side. And no, you can't run off and do it without me. I trust you, but I have to be there. You're acting on behalf of the Guard.
I'm acting on behalf of the guard.
Good luck
Come
getting
on,
in.
trust
I've
me.
been working
It's
all
more
day.
fun when I can do whatever I want. The black and white. Let's go lose some baby fat. Okay. This guy is totally from Treasure Planet, right?
Stand straight. Places, everyone. Welcome to the Black Emporium. Some Dane fellow asked why make a shop so hard to find. Here. Just as the concept. All manner of crafting lore gathered from throughout.
Exactly. That's the... When I first saw it, I was like, that is totally him. Okay. Let's lose some weight. What do you think? Better? Okay, jaw width, let's look. How about that? Also, I just remembered, you can reduce the neck thickness. Okay, not that much. About halfway. There we go. much of a delay? I mean, you can see probably if you count between when you type and when it shows up on my screen. How long is that? Yesterday I got it down to 9 seconds. A minute. Oh, you're counting. Sorry. Hi, Sam. 11 seconds.
There might be some stragglers before the main
Well,
group.
that's pretty
Nothing we
good.
can't handle.
We need faster internet. Isn't this cool? Look at this rock armor. You don't get this in Origins. You just kind of turn gray and start dropping stuff.
Point the way, Hawk.
Yep, I'm right at the beginning, so right now I just have Varric, Aveline, my brother Carver, and the dog. Which is technically not a companion, he's more of like a power. In Origins you can call wolves, and that's kind of how it works in this game.
Grab something sharp and pointy. We've got... Let's do this.
And you're dead. Oh, I know, I love the Dragon Age games. The story is awesome. And Varric, believe it or not, is even funnier in 2. I know a lot of people ragged on it, but I really enjoyed the story. I love the motion capture on the mages in here. And I think my favorite thing really though that I really missed is you can be so super sarcastic and funny in this game. And you know, your Inquisitor just has to be so overly serious. thing I noticed earlier about this is I don't think you have friendly fire. So if I put a fireball in the middle of my inventory, it doesn't seem to really affect you. Which I don't think is disadvantage.
Well equipped for bandits, but dead is dead and the road is clear. Captain Jevon needs to know of this. Back to the barracks for
I
your
think
just
they're too
reward.
hard on it. I mean, there are a lot of side quests which can get a little boring. You know, honestly, for me, the part I hated the most is some of the areas were repetitive. So even though it was a different cave, it was the same layout. But I mean, honestly, how nice is it to know where you're going when it's a totally new area? And I personally really enjoyed the story. Like I said, the other games you don't get to be super sarcastic and funny and roguish, I guess.
Easy as pie.
Good luck getting in. I've been waiting all day.
Not much room in the barracks, but there's nowhere I'd rather be. There's Jevon's office. Wait while I explain our initiative.
I don't know how they do it where you're from, guardswoman, but I decide the patrols, not you and your whims. You may have been put up a lieutenant in your first year, but I'll have no show-offs in my command. Have I made myself clear? Report to your post before I have you and your Ferelden accomplice jailed.
Well, what a charming fellow.
I don't have to like him, but he could at least listen. Bandits are dead. That's all that should matter. It's not the first time he's made me wonder like this. Something is very wrong.
This is probably a bad time to discuss my bill with him.
He'll jail you. I don't doubt that. The rest, though... Well, the duty roster will have my next patrol. Sounds like I'll have plenty of time to follow you around. Threaten my friends. I'm not letting that one go, Captain.
Aveline! I owe you for clearing that ambush the other night. Saved me a mess of trouble.
Brennan, that route was yours?
It was. Single patrol. I'd have been dead for sure.
A lone guard isn't much of a patrol.
Shouldn't need to be. That route was clear for weeks. First noise out of it was your big fight. The captain reassigned me after he heard what you did, and I passed the satchel to Donnick for his patrol tonight.
The satchel?
Pay and order assignment. Captain has us run deliveries to the outposts during light duty. It's usually just an updated copy of the roster. The satchel for that night was heavy, though. Anyway, thanks again, Aveline. You're a good one.
So the satchel gets heavy the same day we discover an ambush?
I bet there's a perfectly reasonable lie that explains why your captain arranged this.
Exactly.
I'd be willing to hear it, but not while a guard may be walking into a trap. Brennan said Donnick. A good man. Donnick. I've got his route. A night walk in Lowtown. Let's go make sure his quiet patrol stays that way.
which is basically this entire game. The first half of it, you spend cleaning up all the corruption in this little town. Which might be why people didn't like it, I guess, Sam, is there's a lot less saving the world. Because ultimately, it's just this little town. Well, not little town, but it's Kirkwall, and
I don't like some of the people you've been associated with, Carver.
Talk to my brother.
End up
my.
doing all the little
If
guys.
it isn't talk.
Which I enjoy.
Still up to old tricks, Elegant.
Lady Elegant, if you don't mind. I'm a married woman now. Last time we met, you were still working for that brutish thug, Mirren. Things have been going well since then?
Could be better. Could be worse.
I often feel the same way. You may recall I supplied the Red Iron with potions. I'd be willing to extend you the same courtesy if you like. All I ask is you inform me of any interesting reagents you find. In exchange, I'll approach my contacts on your behalf. And of course you'll need the appropriate recipes, such as this one. Free, for old time's sake.
I wonder what old time's sake means. The other kind of cool thing, I mean, you can always play as a bit of a not so nice person in the other games, but in this, you really don't have to be the good guy, which is kind of what I'm playing through. Is this playthrough is I'm not necessarily going to be the good guy.
Gather round, all.
And this is the Hanged Man. And look what we have for a sign. Isn't that just lovely? Thanks, Sam.
So, here's the thing. We need to find a way into the deep roads. Bartram can lead us to the right place once we're down there, but we need a good entrance.
Any entrance would do, wouldn't it? Unless a dragon's sitting in it, I suppose.
We need an entrance that's close to our destination, but isn't already plundered or filled with darkspawn. Fortunately, I've received some new information. There's a Grey Warden in the city. If anyone knows how to get down there, it'll be him.
Sounds like you have it all planned out, Varric.
And that, Messer, is why I'm here. Supposedly, this Grey Warden came in with some other Ferelden refugees not long ago. A lowtown woman named Loreen has been helping the Fereldans. We talked to her. Maybe we learn where he is. I'll keep after my contacts, see if I can drum up any other work.
So, Carver, have you thought about what you'll do if your expedition doesn't pay off?
This is
The Grey Warden that I played in Origins. In Origins, you're a Grey Warden.
And who would take a Ferelden apprentice? Maybe in
I
another
wish it
year
was
I could
mine.
work my way up to Piss Boy.
Fine, let's crawl down some holes. Good bloody luck for you.
But I mean, the cool thing is, in Origins, there's the DLC called Awakening, which I did not play through with my last Grey Warden, but I have played through before, and you actually meet this Grey Warden, so technically, it is somebody you know.
What will they think of next?
Do you have a problem with that?
Me? My family's not native even. I'm just surprised. A lot of old prejudice in the Guard.
I'll give them plenty of reason to change their minds.
You know, it's possible they're just scared shitless of you. That's my theory, anyway.
Glorious hope. I swear Gamlen painted with shit and beer.
And that noise you hear is the tornado alarm that goes off every Wednesday at 4.
Hard to believe this.
Hold on, the phone's ringing.
When you ran off with your Ferelden apostate.
I'm still their daughter. Their eldest.
Hold on just a second. I will be right back. Okay.
My children have been in servitude for a year. They should be nobility.
If wishes were poppy, we'd all be dreaming.
You mean this is real? No wonder I can't wake up.
And here I thought that Ferelden you ran off with was a mage, not a jester. Your mother was supposed to marry the Comte de Lancey, and instead she ran off with some Ferelden apostate. You don't get to stay the favorite when you do that.
Where is Father's will? If I could just see for myself.
It's not here, all right? It was read, it went in the vault. No one needed to look at it again.
Okay. Hold on just a second. I love being funny. That's
That
the
touched
best
a
part.
nerve. What's in there that you don't want us to see?
Nothing. But you won't be seeing the bloody thing. It's still locked up on the estate, and that's long out of my hands.
What daft bastard leaves that behind?
It was
Who
old
thinks I
news.
can't get to it?
You think I've
I
been
am
sitting
a
here
rogue.
for 25 years waiting for Leandra to slink back?
Who bought the estate, Gamlen? Perhaps I could speak to them. Was it the Reinhardts?
No one you know. Get used to Lowtown, sister. That's where we're going to stay.
Maker, what a mess. I want to make things better for Mother. But some of what Gamlen says, I'm having a hard time hating him.
Playing caretaker for someone else's life. Stuck in their shadow. That's no way to live.
And there it is.
Look, if you want to join the fight over who lost the most, fine. But I never lived here. Mother even gave me her old key to try and stir something. But I didn't know Grandfather. Finding his will doesn't matter to me.
I know, everyone is an ass. Except Bethany, she was cool. But you can't be a mage and have Bethany.
You want a connection? This is where we'll find it.
The once mighty MLs? A bunch of slavers are squatting on that dusty glory.
What have you heard?
Uncle's a chatty drunk. He was up to his neck and signed everything over. That's who has the estate. Apparently, the most extensive wine cellar in Kirkwall is now a slave highway from the Undercity. That's the family legacy.
That sounds like an arrangement that needs to change.
And what if it does? We still aren't important enough to actually live in the place.
Baby steps, Carver.
All right, brother. If the key works, we'll clear the estate from the Undercity up. I don't know if this will help, but I do feel like hitting someone.
Yeah, that totally helps. You can hit somebody and it'll just fix anything. Let's turn this aggression into something more useful, shall we? Also new to the game is storage. Origins did not have storage, but on the other hand, you could sell everything to the merchant and buy it back if you wanted. How they start you out, you're like looking half up, you can't even see where you're going. Don't you just love the fly sounds in this game?
So, what do you do, Atherley?
You know I'm a god. Why are you asking?
I mean in your off-duty hours, for fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are my off-duty hours.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues. Aw, don't be scared. She'll only whack you if you deserve it, which is highly likely, Barrick.
Will everyone please just step back? My mother's in labour.
The weird thing is in this game, they give you these trash things. You just pick them up and there's nothing you can do with them except sell them, which... And they call them trash or junk, which they don't do in Inquisition. Actually, you should be able to wear 10 rings. And as many necklaces as you can fit around your neck. I love this one. Gloves of the Unknowable Unknown. Thank you. I like the tattoo as well. I like that it's not equal on both sides of the face like most of the tattoos are. I like this one. You get to hit somebody with lightning and then little bitty lightnings branch off and hit all the other enemies nearby. I love it when you freeze somebody and then you hit them with a big rock and they shatter.
My son's hurt bad. Cart overturned on him in the blasted bone pit.
Okay,
Everyone in your turn. I promise we have donations coming in. There will be food and medicine for all of you.
Now this is the point where I could choose to donate to other Fereldans, but, you know, I really need to save up to go to the Deep Roads and make my fortune, so I guess I won't be doing that.
If you're seeking aid, leave your name with my girl. We serve everyone here. No one came from Ferelden without trouble. But I can't give priority to anyone who's already found work and lodging.
I hear you know where I can find a Ferelden Grey Warden.
Only Ferelden Grey Warden I've heard of is sitting on the throne. We're out of the Blight's path now. Why would you need a warden?
The healer was one of them once, wasn't he? A warden?
Well, he's not now, and busy enough without answering fool questions about it.
Then I'll only ask very smart questions.
I do not joke, Sirrah. You see what our people face in Kirkwall. They have no jobs, no homes. Most can barely buy bread. This healer, he serves them without thought for coin. He's closed their wounds, delivered their children.
And yet he needs to hide.
He's a good man. I won't lose him to the blighted Templars.
No one's that selfless. He's probably got bodies hidden in his basement.
He's certainly grim enough. I've never seen a man carry more sorrows. But he's done only good for the Fereldans here. I suppose you can seek him out. Anders certainly hasn't turned anyone else away. Look for the lit lantern in Darktown. If you have need enough, Anders will be with him.
I've got 5 kids to feed. Where do I find work?
Hey, we heard you in there asking about the healer. We know what happens to mages in this town. And it ain't gonna happen to him.
Does this really seem like a good idea?
Let's show these folks a little Ferelden justice.
Here we go!
This kind of reminds me of this one part in Origins where the guy's like, and people actually voluntarily attack you. Look at this. The refugee disintegrated into a pile of coins.
That's enough. Clear out, you charlatans. Every coin those swindlers nab goes straight to the carters' coffers. They must be stopped.
They must be stopped. I wonder who could possibly be interested in doing that.
Stop looking at me.
What's your issue now, little hawk?
Don't call... Just don't, all right? You're looking for fodder for your stories.
Do you think you're that interesting?
Little hawk.
I have enough trouble being overshadowed as it is. I don't need to get caught under an imaginary me, too.
Ooh, overshadow. Well, if you
Don't
weren't
you
such a
worry.
weenie.
I'm not in the business of lullabies or children's stories.
Not a step closer. No refunds on the ashes, friend. If the Maker doesn't favor you, that's between you and him, isn't it? We're under attack. Don't sit.
That was an easy enough mess to take care of.
The thieves are gone, guardsman.
Did you say something? I didn't hear you. And clumsy me. I seem to have dropped a coin purse in your hand.
Look at this. Just what I always wanted to see. Pig innards. All over the place. So this is missions at night, and this is missions during the day, which I think is pretty cool. And the time period on this game is pretty cool too, because you end up supposed to take over 6 years for the whole thing, I think. 3 years for the first half, and then 3 years for the second.
Tom Wise?
Huh? Oh, Hawk. Haven't seen you since Mirren hired me for that Red Iron job.
I
Been a while.
don't like that the elves
Heard you're
look
going
like
on some
Na'vi.
expedition into the deep roads. And right into Darkspawn territory. Sure that's wise?
We can't all make a living in the Undercity.
Just turn 'em blue.
Just watch your back. That's all I'm saying. Say, you still in the market for some poisons? The Red Iron's been scarce, and business has been a little slow. You find any rare reagents and want me to whip you up something, just let me know. In fact, since you're an old friend, here's a recipe. My speciality. Everyone needs an edge sometimes, right?
wonder how cool this is. We're in a mine. Under the city. I don't know. I think this town's pretty cool. You always give Dragon Age 2 such a hard time. I like it. Kind of expect him to go clear.
I have made this place a sanctum of healing and salvation. Why do you threaten it? Strange occupation for a warden. Aren't you more about taint and death, not healing and salvation?
Did the warden send you to bring me back? I'm not going. Those bastards made me get rid of my cat. Poor Sir Pouncelot. He hated the deep roads.
I'm part of an expedition into the deep roads. Any information you have could save people's lives.
I will die a happy man if I never think about the blighted deep roads again. You can't imagine what I've come through to get here. I'm not interested. Although, a favor for a favor. Does that sound like a fair deal? You help me, I'll help you.
Let's be more specific. I don't do anything involving children or animals.
I have a warden map of the depths in this area. But there's a price.
Poor Sir Pouncelot.
I came to Kirkwall to aid a friend.
You
a
know,
mage,
my warden
a prisoner in
gave
the
him
wretched
that
gallows. The Templars learned of my plans to free him. Help me bring him safely past them, and you shall have your maps.
Oh, that's all. I might just take my chances with the Darkspawn.
If we fight the Templars, it is because they decide that anyone who befriends a mage deserves death without questioning.
Doesn't fighting them prove their point? They don't need more reasons to hunt us.
These are my terms. If you want my aid with your expedition, meet me in the Chantry tonight. I have sent word to Carl to be there. Make her willing, we will all leave free men.
At least it's not boring.
right now we are in the basement of our old family mansion. And we're gonna try and figure out what happened.
I knew this would happen.
And it's starting to get dark, so I think that we'll finish this level. We will quit for today. And to die. No, really. They were smart. They would rather. That is some maniacal laughter. I wonder if that's me.
I knew I should have squeezed that.
That should be his name. Very sarcastic. Did you see that move earlier when he hit the ground with his staff and the flame just went along the ground? I love that. Like that?
That has to be the vault. Done. If there's anything to learn about the family, that's where it is. So this is it. Grandfather's will. Let's just take it back to Mother and be done with it.
I don't think there's any point in delaying the news.
So I'm just saying, blood's blood and all, but you are taking advantage of my hospitality.
Dick.
It's only fair if you make something of a monthly contribution.
You sold my children into servitude. Now you're asking me to pay rent?
Maybe just put something towards food.
You should be paying us, Uncle. We found the will.
And you
Grandfather
are
left everything
so
to
much
Mother and
trouble.
us. I guess he had some sense after all. See for yourself.
I should maybe...
To my daughter Leandra, and all children born of her, the estate in Hightown and all associated revenues.
What do you have to say for yourself?
You're the one who ran away, Leandra. What happened to love is so much more important than money.
It is!
You didn't even come home for the funeral.
The twins were a week old.
We all have our burdens. Mine was looking after a life you abandoned. How long was I supposed to wait?
I doubt you let the ashes get cold.
I took care of Father. I stayed. And on his deathbed, all he could talk about was Leandra. Look, sister, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it, but I did. And there's nothing I can do to get it back.
I don't expect that, Gamlin. It's enough to know Mother and Father didn't die angry. I'll petition the Viscount for rights to reclaim the estate. Make a willing. You'll have your house back within weeks.
You don't have the coin or standing to even get an audience with the Viscount.
Yeah, but how long do you
You've
think
got
I'll
to
take?
be someone in this city to live in that house again.
I'm not a little weenie lady.
Then I had better get started.
So there. Okay, let's save. And I think that that will be it for today. Bye, Ravenly. See you next time.